If you hate capitalism, you need to watch this video and you need to smash that follow. Because I know a lot of people are going to see an account like mine saying, hey, invest in the stock market, invest in the stock market. And your first thought is going to be, fuck that guy. I hate capitalism. I hate the stock market. Record profits, record profits, record profits. Hold on a second. I understand your frustration. I want to present a different case for you to talk about the stock market because I view investing in the stock market as a form of self-preservation in a system where there's no way to opt out of capitalism. You can't. It's all around us. Under the forthcoming Trump oligarchy, we will have even fewer consumer options and choices. And we already know about, we already know about the illusion of choice, right? These companies in the middle own all of these brands. So they tell you, hey, you don't like this soda? Drink that soda. They own both. You don't like this cereal? Eat that cereal. They own both. You don't like this medication? Take this medication. They own both. Investing in the stock market is an absolute necessity. You might view it as hypocritical, and you might be right. Might be. I'm a minimalist. I live below my means. And yet when I see a company like Amazon or Nvidia or Netflix post record profits, I'm like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, oh no, wait, that means more people are buying stuff. And then you feel gross about it. But you have to do it if you ever want to. I'll give you an example. I have a friend who's desperate for a divorce. Married, couple of kids, no longer in love with her husband, wants out. And guess what? He's no longer in love with her. They both want out. But they cannot afford it. They cannot afford to split. They cannot afford the legal fees. They cannot afford to move out. They cannot afford to live separately. And so they're forced to stay together. Now, it's fine. They find ways to make it work. But there are some scenarios in which someone who might be in a physically abusive relationship, desperate to escape, and yet cannot because they have no investments in their own name. They don't have their own investment portfolio. Where if they did, they could say, uh-oh, I need to exit this relationship immediately. I might not have a lot of money. I might not have a lot of savings, but I do have that stock portfolio and I have been slowly adding to it. Oh, I hate to tap into this because I was planning on saving it for the future, but boy, am I glad it's here now because I can sell 100 shares and I can get the hell out of here. If you are a woman in America and you need emergency health care and you are healthy enough to travel, maybe out of state or even out of the country, having an investment portfolio gives you peace of mind. You know that even if your state doesn't give you the health care that you need, you can go to a neighboring state that does or another country that does. An investment portfolio, especially in the next 4 years, is freedom. Here's exactly what you are going to do. Take a look. The very first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to a brokerage like Charles Schwab, and you're going to go all the way over here to where it says open an account. You are going to open 2 accounts, an individual brokerage account, that is for the more short-term future, and a Roth IRA. This is for when you are 59 and a half. You really don't want to remove the money from here unless it's an absolute emergency. There are some exceptions and stuff like that, but there can also be penalties. A Roth IRA allows your gains to be tax-free in retirement. This is when you're 59 and a half and older. So for me as an investor, my goal is to avoid the biggest tax bill possible. The biggest tax bill possible is not a dividend ETF that goes up, 90% every decade or something like that and pays a 3% annual dividend. You can pay taxes on those, no big deal. The biggest tax bill possible isn't even an S&P 500 index fund, which in the last 10 years has gone up around 190% and pays a small dividend. Again, you can pay taxes on some of those gains if you take any. You can pay taxes on the dividends, no big deal. For me, I'm trying to avoid the biggest tax bill possible, which happens to usually be technology. So I would invest in a technology ETF in my Roth IRA and an S&P and dividend fund in my individual account. The current max contribution for your Roth IRA is $7,000 per year. And if you were so inclined, you could put all $7,000 in the technology ETF. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, I don't have $7,000. This doesn't apply to me. You can still invest the bare minimum. You can invest whatever you want. $100 a month, $50 a month, something I promise you is better than nothing. These are some technology funds. You can see that VGT is up 520% in the last 10 years. XLK is up 464% in the last 10 years. And FTech is up 488% in the last 10 years. Don't overcomplicate investing too much. You only need one of these and they're all fine. All S&P 500 index funds are the same. Again, you only need one. This is the one that I have, and you can see that in the last 10 years, it is up 191%. And SCHD is the most popular dividend fund on the market. SPHD is another one. And SPY-D is yet another dividend ETF. Investing is not something that you wait and you say, I'll do it later. I promise you, the longer you wait to start, the more expensive it will become. If you are an ethical investor, but you still want broad market exposure, but you don't want to invest in companies that profit off of, say, oil and gas or war or things like that, you can go right here. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, they will give you a list of different types of ETFs. Look, these are fossil-free, prison-free, weapon-free, deforestation-free, gender equality, tobacco-free, retirement plans, and gun-free funds. And the very last place you have to go is right here. Everything under the menu, which is right here, is 100% free. There are no fees. There are no PayPals or Venmos. There are no series that are blocked that you have to pay for. There's no Patreon. There's no paid Substack. There's no paid Discord. Everything here is free, and you will note that there is not even an email sign up. It launches right into the course. Investing has never been more important. I cannot stress it enough. So you need to do a couple things. One, go to all those places that I just showed you. Two, absolutely make sure that you smash that follow. I am here and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not here to sell stuff. That's why I started this TikTok account, because I was so tired of buy my book, buy my course, buy my guide, buy my template. There had to be a different person, the opposite of that, who could still help people without the expectation of, you better pay me if you want to learn. So that's why I'm here. Smash follow. See you later.